Right. Yeah.
I built a multi-million-dollar company with no investment. I don't ever talk about this a lot. My grandfather, he was a big reason. I walked around in Crocs every day in chef coats. I wasn't buying no jewelry, no cars, no nothing. I understood the mission. You need different mindsets. If everybody say, yo, I'm from the hood, I'm from the mud, I've been through this. Okay, all y'all from the same place. I give you the information, you give me the information, it's all the same information.
Yeah. Right.
We need somebody who gonna get us outside the box. So now for me, it's about building it and not looking like it. Think about it.
That's a fact.
When you go sit with somebody that's 100 million or a billionaire, while you sitting there with the $10,000 outfit on, they sitting there turning that 10,000 over 10 times. I don't know if y'all know this, but it's less than 8% of African Americans that own franchises, period. I'm making history right in front of y'all faces because y'all don't even understand what I'm building. I ain't got no play money right now. All my money is going to work. I've been taking over these arenas, and now I got an opportunity while I'm on the stage tomorrow to drop the bomb that I'm in.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Melanin Money Show. And this episode is going to be special. We got an amazing guest. I'm gonna introduce him, and then I'll let him introduce himself. So, born and raised in West Philadelphia, Derrick Hayes turned a second chance into a movement. After relocating to Atlanta, he launched Big Dave Cheesesteak, named after his late father, starting from a 700 square foot Shell gas station. Today, Big Dave's is a multi-million-dollar brand with stadium locations, multiple stores, franchising in the process of all across the country, and national recognition in Forbes, Essence, Good Morning America, you name it. In addition to that, he's currently ranked number 6 out of 100 for fast casual movers and shakers for 2025. Beyond that, Derrick Hayes invests deeply in his community through his foundation, scholarships, and Square One with his wife, Pinky Cole. With no further ado, Derrick, how you feeling, brother?
Hey, man, I feel good, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. You've been doing some amazing things, and we're glad to be able to just unpack it on the show today.
Yeah, I was waiting to, get with you guys. So this
for sure. Yeah, long overdue.
Long overdue. Yeah, for sure. Well, I want to start. So obviously you're doing amazing with what you're doing with Big Dave's, but where did the inspiration come from to get into this industry? I know it has something to do with your father, but it seemed like you took this idea and just ran with it, and it blew up pretty big. Can you give us a backstory?
Yeah, so I don't ever talk about this a lot. My grandfather, he was a big reason.
Okay.
He taught me how to cook, indirectly.
Yeah.
He was like, if you don't finish my Sunday dinners, then, you gotta go to church. And most of the Sunday dinners.
Yeah.
I mean, that just is the truth.
Yeah.
But during that time, I thought I was gonna be a basketball player, so I wasn't really paying attention to cooking. And then my family had a family reunion at his house. So it was like 300 people there, and I helped them cook. I was deep frying fish and all those things, and I realized that I really love cooking, and I like to see people smile. And I'm the type person that like to play with seasonings, like raw seasonings. And my grandfather always did that, so I learned how to make spice. So a lot of people can cook, but can you make the raw spice to cook the food? Or you just go on the market and go buy some spice off the the counter. Yeah. So that's what really gave me my drive. And I think for real, I've seen men my whole life work Monday through Friday, sometimes even through Sunday, to support their family. And the men in my family were blue collar workers.
Yeah.
So I wanted to create a business, and I wanted something to be able to scale that can really break that generational curse.
Dope.
And also give the kids the financial literacy they need, because you can make all the money in the world, but to pass it to the next generation,
it's a different ballgame.
They got to be able to handle it. And for me, this mindset of me just, going through the years, I'm like, I'm doing well, but now how am I going to make the next generation better that's coming after me? And that's making them more financial literate. Now, the cooking just was a plus for me to help me get this jump start.
Yeah.
But my philanthropy, I love doing that too, because I get to talk to kids. I get to talk to people around the world, let them know my story. And look at us, man. We 3 black men, we all, come from different places, but I'm sure in your career, you if I do this wrong right now, I'm going to take a whole turn from the generations behind you. So now all that weight is on you. So that's what I'm battling right now, but it's cool.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. And so you kind of were able to take this leap after kind of like a second chance, right? So can you talk to us a little bit about what that second chance was and how that's influenced just the momentum that you have now? Because I feel like you kind of just alluded to it a little bit. It's it's a responsibility, right?
Yeah.
So you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I'll talk about this. So in 2008, I got locked up doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And my dad told me, he was like, yo, what are you doing? He was like, when they come get you, don't call me. But I knew that wasn't for me. You know, I knew I just got tricked out of doing something for money, you know, because I got tired of struggling.
Yeah.
And in Philly growing up is a higher place. So, you know, you don't want to keep going to people asking them, can they help you?
Right.
And I remember this story, man, you know, what really made me get in the streets is one day I was with my homie and I had this young lady with me. I was like maybe like 17, 18 years old. And I was at Wendy's. And I was like, you know, I ain't got no money. So, you know, you going to get her a grub too? He like, I got you. I get to the window. He like, where your money at? So I'm like, nah, that's never happening to me again. That embarrassing feeling that I felt would never happen to me again. And from that moment, I ain't never asked a man for nothing. Even since a youngin', I used to sell bean pies. I used to sell Philadelphia newspapers. I wasn't even a 5% of Muslim and I was doing all this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm shoveling payments. With my brothers and my cousins up in the suburban neighborhoods outside of Philly. We did whatever we had to take to make it. But now that I got the chance to really, you know, make it out and change the things for my family, I'm trying to do it the right way.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I'll tell people all the time, adversity can be the greatest gift if you decide to open the package.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that moment in that vehicle, it hurt, but it gave you a moment that turned you into somebody, I will never have to have this feeling again.
I was embarrassed. I mean, think about it. You know, I watched my dad work Monday through Friday and everybody in my family, when my name came up, it was basketball. So now all this money that my dad invested into this dream of mine growing up, him and my mom, and I wound up, you know, taking a turn right after I get to 12th grade. So honestly, it was like a letdown, like a smack in the face. So with Big Dave's, I was like, you know, this time around, I'm going to honor him and I'm going to blow his name up all over the globe. And that's what people don't understand with me. You know, it's just not about money. You know, I watched my dad take his last breath. So the honor and dignity that I carry to want to see this through is much more than their bank account. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this might be just about bank account for you. This is about integrity for me.
And legacy.
Yeah, and legacy. So that's why I'm going to get to where I'm going because I'm on a mission. Like when they run out of gas, I'm still filling mine up because I know now I got to get to the next chapter of where I'm going.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about just the expansiveness of what you're building in a minute, but I want to touch on the adversity part because you from my perspective, you build out loud, right?
Yeah.
And you invite people into the process because every time people see the highlight reels or see you rank number 6 on this, the franchise, they don't understand all that comes with it, right? And so what made you want to build out loud and talk about, this restaurant got flooded and this happened, and invite people in on that journey? I think it's important, but I'm curious from your perspective, what made you decide to go that route?
It's a lot of pressure this way because a lot of people like to do it quietly, so if something happened, they don't got to worry about business. But again, I come from the ghetto, so it's a lot of kids out there in the hood right now don't get to see what we do every day.
Right.
And I want to let them see that everything ain't perfect. So you know, you look on the gram, you see all these companies and all these dudes showing you Rolexes and $400,000 cars and all that. I'm gonna show y'all business, but I'm gonna also show y'all that it's some downslopes to this too. It's gonna be some days where you can't make payroll. It's gonna be some days where you're trying to figure out how to keep your doors open. But if I show y'all all the shiny stuff all the time, you'll never understand. Like it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a challenge. Then on top of that, we got other pairs that we tricking. You know what I'm saying? And we really winning together. We gotta be honest with each other. We gotta like really let people know. Like I got people come up to me right now and be like, this is the winningest season of my life, and I'm like, in this bad economy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm doing well, but I know it's like even not just in fast casual, but you see businesses filing bankrupt.
Bro, it's bad.
It's hard.
It's bad out here right now.
Yeah, but for us, it's like, you know, they took the programs away, but then on top of that, we black men. So when we walk out that door, we got to work 10 times harder. Like right now, just, you know, I don't even like to make this comparison, but I'm ranked 6th in America right now. All these things going on with my life right now.
Yeah.
I'm still fighting for them headlines.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Why? I'm doing something that never been done. I built a multi-million-dollar company with no investment. You know what I'm saying? I just now, look, maybe like 5-6 years started taking capital. But what I'm saying is like all in the early days, it was just all me. You know what I'm saying? So like I think all of that type of stuff, if they highlight that, we become more of a weapon. But we need to understand how to highlight ourselves through each other. And we do too much hating and saying who making the most money this year, who got the biggest business. But when they getting money, they doing it together and they saluting each other together. So as a culture, I challenge us just to hold each other accountable to do better.
That's real.
Yeah, that's real. And that's what we're here right now, man, because we understand we have a platform that is able to amplify people's businesses, especially people that we believe in, like yourself, man. I think it's so powerful. And, you know, speaking of 3 black men being in the room, I think that it's it's okay to be vulnerable through adversity. You know what I'm saying? Because like so many times you spoke about the weight earlier, and the weight is heavy on us because we are the ones for our family. And if we don't talk to each other about how to handle that weight, then I think that we're doing ourselves a disservice. But not only that, but the people that comes up behind us, because like, yo, heavy is the head that wears the crown. But if we can prepare them that this weight is heavy, but you can handle it, it's okay. Don't run from it.
But you know what it is now? They want the crown before the work.
Ooh, that's a bar.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing this for 12 years. I got guys that come to me right now like, yo man, how did you get here?
Be like you.
12 years, bro.
12 hard years.
12 hard years. You ain't gonna, these millions ain't gonna just come to the top of your lap.
That's a fact. Matter of fact, I think I might just connected a dot on. Did you have like a location in Durham or like is that where you started?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, that makes sense. Because I remember like years, to your point, 12 years ago, I think this might have when you started to catch on. And I didn't know who you were at the time, but I remember like you was at a gas station. Line was around the corner,
bro. That's
crazy. And I didn't even connect that dot until recently. I was like, oh, that was him the whole time.
I had extension cords growing across the floors. I had a freezer. Listen, this is what I tell people, man. As long as you got a powerful mindset and will to make it, and don't let nobody steer you from that, you're gonna make it. Let me tell you why. I started in the Shell gas station. I had a broken fryer in the grill. And I had a extension cord that ran across the floor that if hopefully, you know, the customers never trip over it. And then I had a sliding door that the motor didn't work in the sliding door. So you had to slide it yourself. So every customer came in there, they got to take their arms and slide the door open. But guess what? I had that work going out of there, that product. And also the culture and building family. It's not really where you start. It's going to define where you finish, bro. You got to really just put in the work, whatever God bless you with. Take that and polish that thing on up and package it. And scale it. You know, some people start big and it's all shiny and pretty, but the concept ain't proven. That's anything you do. So for me, I wanted to actually back up the work. And, you know, coming from Philly, we got that Rocky story, you know, that knock you out, get back up. So, you know, when I came here, you know, they ain't understand. Like, you can't knock me down. I've been knocked down my whole life.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that I've been used to. So I'm used to people talking behind my back. I'm used to people telling me I can't do something. I'm used to people telling me I don't look like this, or I can't be a CEO, or I'm not a businessman. But now I'm ranked 6th in America. What you gonna say now?
Talk about it. Let the results speak.
You know what I'm saying? Let the results speak.
And speaking of that, so like it's hard for some people to scale one restaurant. Right? Margins are thin. It's a lot to go. Restaurants are in general one of the hardest businesses.
You wanna know why? Can I not
please.
Tell you why.
Please.
Because in the restaurant industry, you don't have 100%. You got 20. And I tell people all the time, 80% is smoke and mirrors. That's bill money. That's everything, your expenditures and everything. You got 20% to grab it by the hole and really tie everything out of it that you can. So I tell my team all the time, 80% don't matter. Give me the 20%. You bring me the 20%, we scale that, we got $1 billion business.
That's solid.
Because when you scale 20%, you at the top of the food chain.
That's real. That's real.
Because most restaurant margins are you like
5%. They sitting 8, 9, 10%. Listen, if you are, I'm gonna get this game too. If you're thinking about franchising a business, when you give when a person get their 6% royalty from you every single week, they want to walk away with at least 15% profitability for themselves. If you can't provide that, then you still fighting them to be able to gain profitability. They won't be successful to build another store. You see what I'm saying? So it's like now I know the game. So like when everybody, you know, saying all this stuff with their business making top line, what are your bottom line?
That's what we. What's that bottom line, man?
What is the bottom line?
Hey, you ain't
bottom line. What is the bottom line?
What is the bottom line?
Bottom line. What's the bottom line, bro? Because
on a shirt.
I remember, man. I did accounting, you know, before I started my own business, and I had my first client who's a restaurant owner, and she was doing $1 million in her restaurant. And she was dressing like she was doing $1 million in her restaurant. When I looked at the books, bro,
you like
4.5% she was taking home, and I'm like, this is why you're in debt. Like you're living off top line, but you don't even realize what your bottom line is.
You know what's so crazy about what you just said is that so many, not just Black-owned businesses, but just small-owned businesses right now are operating like that because, for one, They got to pay their household bills, but they can't find a bottom line in the business. So, you know, you got that cash burning, that rotating capital. So when they pull in, they think it's there, and it's really not. And then when payroll come around, they might be short a couple thousand. They trying to figure out how. This is the reason. So I challenge people to understand, like, you cannot scale a business unless you find a bottom line. You got to know what your EBITDA is. You got to know what your COGS is. You got to know what your profit and loss is. Because if I can't control those things, how can I really scale it? And then I ain't going to lie. It took me a while to understand that. I have lines 400 or 500 people. I tell you a true story. I made $700,000 one month. I ain't profit nothing. And that's what really woke me up, because I thought somebody was stealing from me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm sitting there thinking, like, how I make $700,000 in 1 month and ain't make a dime from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'll
wake you up.
That'll wake you up.
It really
keep you up.
It kept me up, because at the same time, I'm like, you know, I don't want to just have an expensive hobby. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually want to scale this business. Yeah. And now I'm able to give this business to other people, and they're able to change their trajectory of their families with the profitability that the business is putting out. And there's always room for more profitability. But right now, where I'm at in the company, and this economy right now, we top tier. And it took me 12 years to get there, and it took me 4 hard years of having a new team, hiring people that knew more than me. That's the other thing.
Bro.
We got to hire people that's smarter than us. Because we only, listen, this is our first time at Wealth. Yeah. So when we get here, we got to understand, like, to stay here, we got to hire people that been here before. And that's hiring people that been in the business before you. Even if they ain't own the business themselves, they have the experience, they been there. So I got guys that got 30 years in the restaurant business. My franchise advisor, he owns 100 restaurants. So, like, now I got people that got skin in the game that can be like, nah, this ain't a good move. It might feel good now. It's going to burn later. And I think that's what help you scale, when you put that puzzle around you that keep you just grounded. You know what I'm saying?
That is
talking that talk. I mean, you're talking to me, bro. You're talking to me, because we talk about this all the time. Like, if you don't, and this is just a business lesson for anybody. When you're interviewing somebody, if you don't learn anything in that interview, don't hire that person.
Nah.
Because it should be a learning lesson.
You're the CEO. You got to manage everything. If they can't tell you more about the specific role that you're hiring them for, or give you strategies or ideas of how they're going to take that role to the next level, they probably don't know enough.
No, and they don't. And I tell people too, I be like, listen, this me ain't the me in the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I need you to understand, like, we are right, but this is business, and anything under this roof, the business come first, even before me. Like, listen, if it's going to hurt the business, I even tell my president, listen, nah, if I'm hurting the business or anything I'm doing, I don't come first in this. The business do, because the business got 400 people that is paying each month. The business now is taking care of not only lives but communities, and the business right now has a big chance of being able to be the first African American business to ever scale to $1 billion. I don't know if y'all know, you know, it's been a lot of tech companies, it's been a lot of other companies, but it hasn't been yet a 100% African American owned business to ever scale to $1 billion in fast casual. And I got a big opportunity to do that. Wow. We always sell out when we get to 50 to 100 million, because, you know, the thing for us is, like, somebody throw 50 million at you. I mean, like, let's just be.
I mean, who are you? Like, you feel like, who am I to say no to that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, from what we come from, right? But I need us to understand this. They about to turn it into $5 billion.
That's the only way they willingly want to give you 50, because they're like, we gonna make 10x.
And some business, you know, you might have built it to sell. You know, it might not be a tangible business to you, but if you're building something that's tangible for your family, you want to see your kids eat through it. If you decide to exit, keep your little 10% in there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that your kids good forever. Because listen, let me tell you something. I came to Georgia with millions, right? And I went to the dealership. I never forget this. I went to Maxi Price to go buy a Corvette. I was the first one in the city, hands down, with this Stingray. Nobody had it before me. Nobody even knew what it was. And I couldn't even get approved for it because I didn't have residual income. I'm sitting there telling the dude, I'm like, yo, I got way more enough money to buy this car 10 times over. And that made me understand you could spend that tomorrow or the day. How you going to pay this bill tomorrow on the car note? So everybody worried about lump sums of money. No, build you some residual income. That's what's really going to take care of your family. Something that's consistently coming in, because we all do stupid stuff now and then. But when you put them assets together, it's going to keep that cash coming in and take care of your family.
And so let's pivot there and talk a little bit about that, right? So you growing this business, obviously you put your heart and soul into it, but at some point as the owner, you're like, okay, I gotta still build wealth at the same time in tandem with the business, right? Because you're gonna keep it, so you can't. You're not waiting on the next 2 years so I can exit the business. You got to build wealth along the way. So how do you look at wealth building outside of your business? Like, what are some things that you're invested in? Like, how do you look at wealth building?
Well, right now I got 22 properties, 38 years old. I got millions in real estate. I invest in other businesses.
Okay.
But right now, my true focus right now, outside of Big Dave's, is really my kids. Getting them to understand that, like, listen, man, my son was born and came home in a Bentley. You know what I'm saying? His first ride in the car seat was in the $400,000 car. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I've already looking at that like, shit, my first ride was home in my dad's Bronco. You see the difference?
Yeah.
I live in the country club. They're able to see these things.
Yeah.
But also that's damaging because if they don't see what we seen growing up, it can also be like that spoon-fed mentality. So now my kids are actually watching me do Zooms, listening indirectly. Like my oldest, she's 11 years old. She came to me 3 weeks ago. True story. She got these cell phone cases, right? And she putting the little designs on them. And she like, Dad, I'm starting my business and I'm gonna sell them to my classmates. Man, it almost made me cry because I didn't even have to force that in her.
She's seen it. She's studying. So
the parents always talk about what the kids gonna be. If they see it, I promise you they gonna be it. And I don't just give my kids anything. It's hard for me to say no to the girls because they got, they give you this look and all that and working on that. But now it's like really like just honing into like to see what their personality, see what they want. But all in all, man, you're looking at somebody right now that I seen men work their whole life and instilled in me. Whether it was me using my brain to get the money or them using their hands, it didn't matter. I seen them take care of families.
You see the work ethic.
So I seen my dad be a father. So how can I not be a father if I seen it? Even if I feel like I'm slipping, I ain't gonna lie, I have fathers get all the time. I be having interviews and I be like, man, I'm gonna go make this money. I could be playing with my kids. But then if I don't go make the money, how I take care of my kids. So it's like a double-headed sword. So I'm trying to learn how to now that middle ground to balance it out. And I try not to miss the big moments. Like my daughter graduated, and I had to move some things around. I remember flying in, catching the $3,000 flight at the last minute to get certain things. But if you miss those moments, they'll never forget. And I can't have my kids later on when they become teenagers like, you weren't there, you didn't. I don't want that. I want to be able to say that, I was there, but I also provided for them and I gave them the resource to do it. So all the extracurricular activities they try to do, I always want to be a part of that. Trying to, like my kids do ballet, gymnastics, piano, violin, all these things that I didn't even know existed. Right. So now I'm looking at that as my payback to be able to provide for my kids the right way.
Yeah, man. I think you hit on so many points, bro. Because as Black men, Black leaders, Black fathers, I think is that how do we balance? We have it now, and we want to show our kids that you don't have to get out the mud like I did. But getting out the mud is what made us strong to be who we are today. So how do we balance that? Because he has
hard, man.
Yeah, he has a Maybach, and his kids and he's watching TV in the back seat.
Right. Dump his fries on the tray, like, bro. But you know
what I'm saying. But it's beautiful to watch him give his son that experience. But also at the back end, you don't want his son getting every car. Like, where's y'all TV at? Like, it's like, how do we balance that?
Can I give you the blessing in this? We talking about the curse stuff. Let me give you the blessing. The blessing is, your son ain't gonna get tricked by nobody out in the streets to get him to do something because he's gonna say, my dad had that.
He have to
do that.
And like that for my daughters, I feel that way. I'm like, listen, my grandmother used to always tell me this when I was a kid. You will only need a woman to love you. You will learn how to clean. You will learn how to wash clothes. You will learn how to cook. All those things you will learn how to take care of yourself, right? Before anybody else. And I think those are the things that instill kids to be better later on, because you look at kids now, they're physically much smarter than us, right? Those computers, they got us beat.
Right.
But when it comes to street smarts, they don't have it at all. So I think that is the challenge of getting them to understand what not to get tricked out of once they get to like certain age groups. That's going to be the challenge, because when you put them around level of access, the other stuff comes at a higher rate. That's going to be our real battle. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real. That's real. So what made you decide to go the franchising route? Now, I think from my perspective, what's great about franchising is your business model has to be dialed in. Like you can't like you can kind of play around, mess around. You have 1, 2, 3 locations, but for somebody to buy into a franchise, I know your operations is
you got to be locked solid,
right. So, what made you decide to go into franchising, and kind of where do you see that going over the next several years? I know you got some announcements you're gonna be making pretty soon about some new locations. But like, where do you see that going? I know the ultimate end game is to build $1 billion fast casual business, but like, walk us through that journey. Why you started that journey and where you see it going?
So I actually started franchising because once I seen my systems like really get locked tight and that people can reproduce it, I always wanted to help people get money. You know, it just wasn't about me. I mean, look, I don't know if y'all know this, but it's less than 8% of African Americans that own franchises, period.
It's low. Yeah.
There's only 1 or 2%, probably a little less. You know, they put those numbers out. Yeah. That's founders that actually built it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, you know, if I could be, you know, a provider to not just us, but to the communities around us and give resources and opportunities through something that I loved and built through my daddy's name, that's going to be amazing. Yeah. And when I sold 10, I got addicted because it was like, you know, the things I talked to with Derrick Lewis, shout out to him, ex-Pepsi president, he gave me my first deal. But when I seen what he did with a community in Orlando, and I seen how many people, like from stadiums, from him, you know, going into different communities, you know, donating, putting the Big Dave's names around, you know, the Central Florida, I'm like, man, me doing this around the United States and globally would be the real mission. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then my goal was always to keep my dad's name alive. What's better to do it to help other people while you bringing them up? You know what I'm saying? So, and also the number one thing was when they called me the Colonel Sanders of Cheesesteaks and Forbes, you know, I was like, you know, now I got an opportunity now to really do this. Yeah. You know how like you really see it, you believe it. Yeah. You finally see one
like,
headline.
Get that moment that
moment, that gas. And for me, that's what it was. And honestly, man, you know, I call my mom and I'll be like, you know, I got another store opening or I got all these things going on. And it's became normal. Yeah. You know, at first I'm like, you know, I did it again. Like, but it became normal. So now I start understanding like, you know, it's really working because the celebrations is different because, you know, I know my family is proud of everything that I'm doing. Yeah. But now it's like, I've shown it to them and they see it now, they believe it. Yeah. So I'm not dreaming by myself anymore. So that's the part that really feels good. Cause like when you guys started this, I'm pretty sure y'all was dreaming by yourself.
Oh, bro.
You know nobody wasn't believing the mission. Yep. Yeah. And it hurt because you want people to really jump in it and do it. Yeah. But let me tell y'all why y'all did it. Because people didn't believe. Yeah. If people would have believed, you would have never went this hard. Yeah. Right. You need people not to believe. I needed people to tell me that I wasn't going to do it. I needed people to tell me that I wasn't smart enough to do it. Yep. And listen, all I got is a high school diploma, right? In this field right now, it don't happen. Yeah. You can't name nobody right now. I'm not just mom and pop anymore. Right. Yeah. I'm now in fast casual industry. I got a high school diploma. These guys are Harvard grads, cordon blues. Yeah. I ain't never went to no cooking school. I went to P. Hayes kitchen. That was my grandfather.
Great. With the spices, mixing spices. Yeah.
Spices.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think it all goes back to, man, like, if you got to go through adversity anyway, why not use it? Why not use it, right? To become better, man. I really hope that anybody listening to this episode, man, if you're going to get, you know, one gem, is just that adversity is going to either make you or break you, but that choice is yours.
And we got to stop being ashamed. It's only for a little while.
Yeah.
I promise you. Yeah. Listen, you're only going to be broke for a little while. You're only going to ask for favors a little while because then you'll become that favorite. Yep. Yeah. You'll become helping people. I had to do that for myself, man. You know, we get tricked out of these things and thinking that you got to have certain things. Yeah. Even when we get the money. Yeah. We got to not get tricked out of the mindset of spending it like we got the money. You know, I had to get out of all those things. So right now, I just told my brother this literally the other day. I'm like, listen, I ain't got no play money right now. Yeah. All my money is going to work.
Yeah. Every dollar has
every
a job.
Is going because I understand like the things that you aspire to want in life, I've surpassed that. Yeah. I don't want that anymore. Right. I've had every car.
I touched that.
You know what I'm saying? I've done all those things. So now for me, it's about building it and not looking like it. Because when you don't look like it, you don't go through those problems.
That's a fact.
Think about it.
That's a fact.
When you go sit with somebody that's 100 million or a billionaire, they might got a nice watch on.
Other than that, it's plain.
They're gonna be plain Jane. And while you sitting there with the $10,000 outfit on, they sitting there turning that 10,000 over 10 times.
10 times. Why y'all sitting talking?
Why y'all having a conversation?
Yeah. It took somebody to tell me this one day. Listen, true story. I ain't gonna drop the name, but it was a billionaire that told me this, right? So I had a watch on, and I was going to this assembly, and I'm like, I just got this new Prezi. It was a bust down. Yeah. He said, D, that ain't you. I said, what you mean? Yeah. I said, I paid 80 for this.
It is me. It is me.
He's like, nah, this ain't you. He's like, get rid of them diamonds. And I had to realize, like, the league that I'm going in, it don't look shiny.
It's actually a drawback for them.
Already.
Yeah.
It's already polished. It don't look shiny. Think about it. Anything that's already polished already, you can probably pretty much see how it flows. But everything shiny draws attention. And that is one of the things that as our culture, when we first get some money, we start going into new wealth that we got to work on. Including myself. I was a victim of it.
We all are.
Now I know. Like right now, we got 3 watches on, well over 300 something, 400 something here right now. But again, you go outside and the kids see that. He like, man, I gotta go figure out how to go get this watch. You don't know what you did to get that watch.
You
know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Exactly. And one thing that we do, like, I'm not gonna buy the watch until I have an asset that's gonna pay for that watch. You know what I'm saying? So like we have to set, because we all know that we've been through trauma, and the reason why we buy jewelry, buy nice clothes, is to try to fix the damage that has been done to us in a traumatic experience to make ourselves feel worthy. And I get that, and I don't want to shun that like it's not important, but we have to set these parameters in place. Like, I'm only going to buy that car once I buy this asset. I'm only going to do, like, if you attach the material items to a goal, now when I look at this watch, I don't think about the watch. I think about what our company, the revenue goal our company hit to get it. And it reminds me to go work harder.
Let me tell you why that's true, right? Because I do a lot of speaking engagements now, right? And I just bought a new Bentley, like maybe like 3-4 months ago. And when I come home, I'm like, man, this joint just sit in the driveway. At one time, I had $1.5 million, $2 million of cars sitting in the driveway. And I'm realizing that, like, what am I really going? Like, first of all, I can't really go nowhere. I don't get that much privacy when I'm going places. And then on top of that, when you are going somewhere, you're going for a mission and come back home. So I'm like, look, this is going to be the car where I go out and, you know, me and my wife, we go spend our time together, whatever, date nights and all that. But now that's became a mission car. You get what I'm saying? So it ain't like I'm buying it now to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go pull up and stunting. All that's out the window. I don't even know what that is no more. Stunting to me is opening a restaurant.
Talk about
like every time I go open an $800,000.
That's my stunt. That's my flex right there.
That's a couple land, but that's a vendor door.
I be talking about it.
Listen, I've been
telling one that pays me though.
Listen, I've been telling people like they be like, he got a vendor door. I'm like, I got 16 of them. Like, what are you talking about? There's 16 of them.
Talk that talk, man.
So that's what I be, because sometimes I be having to think sometimes like, wait a minute, is they not understanding what's going on? But they're not understanding what's going on. Exactly. I get that now. That's fine. They will though.
They will.
They will. It's that $1 billion status. Nah, that's gold, bro. So I got just a quick little pivot.
My bad, man. I'm on the Uncle Nearest.
Oh, nah, you good.
Bro,
shout out to Uncle Nearest, man.
This is therapy for everybody in the room.
This is actually more lighthearted. So you cheesesteak empire, right? Your wife has a vegan empire. What does dinner look like? Because how does that work?
Hey, you know, dinner is good, man, because being with Pinky, I've learned how to cook sides with no meat. So like I can make a pot of greens, bro. You wouldn't even know it got turkey butts in them. It don't got nothing in them. I've learned how to do that because like so for example, so you know how like I'm gonna use the greens for example. You know how like our family might have used turkey meat or whatever they put in them. So now for her, she put me on these bacon bits, right? They vegan bacon bits, but they taste smoky. So like I've learned to like substitute things like that and really don't cheat myself. I still get that taste that I grew up off of. It really ain't hard as people you know, probably think it is. I think because we respect those boundaries. When it comes to that, I don't play with her with the food because she really vegan. Like she not like she not behind the camera vegan. She like vegan. So like certain stuff that you know, we got different cutting boards. Like I don't cut meat on the vegetable boards and all that type of stuff in at home. Certain pots I don't cook in. We just make the vegetables in. But needless to say, I think overall it just helped me be more of a conscious eater. Now, you know, I mean, I'm 38 years old, you know, and I'm looking at it now like my dad died at 52. He didn't get a chance to see my kids. I want to get a chance to see my kids have kids. So I'm looking at things differently. I'm working out every day now. I'm taking my health a lot more seriously because everything that tastes good ain't good. Just like everything that go in your bank account ain't a deposit. So.
Hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have a lot of clips from this one.
A lot of clips.
A lot of clips from this
just
one.
keeping it all the way 1,000. All money ain't good money.
Nah, that's a fact.
We got a saying, it's okay leaving money on the table that's not yours.
I leave it on the table all the time.
Yeah. So before we started the show, you were mentioning something that is a pretty big announcement you're gonna make tomorrow at InvestFest. And since this is gonna drop after, would you mind letting the people know what that announcement is?
Yeah,
brother?
man. First, I'm gonna go ahead and drop Greenville, South Carolina. My franchisees, they got a 5-pack there. They only second one in 5 months.
Okay.
Jeez.
So location, location number one, doing what they need to do. So they only second one. But the one I'm really proud about, man, is that I've been taking over these arenas, and now I got an opportunity while I'm on the stage tomorrow to drop the bomb that I'm in the Georgia World Congress Center.
That's
You know
a
what
flex.
I'm saying? That's
So you're gonna be speaking in the Georgia
Yeah.
World Congress Center, announcing that you got a location dropping in the Georgia.
yeah.
Congress.
So now you can get me in a Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Go next door.
Get me next door. Or you get me around the corner at my flagship. World Cup gonna look pretty good.
Oh yeah, big payday, man.
That is
But honestly, man, look, I got angels watching over me. I tell people all the time, treat me nice. I got a good heart. I ain't here to screw nobody over. I want to do honest business. I want it to be fair. I don't want to win, and I don't want you to win. I want it to be fair. We both sleep at night.
Right.
And I think, with that mentality, and if I keep carrying myself that way, blessings will keep coming in. Everybody ain't going to understand what I'm building. Everybody not going to understand the mission. But it ain't for everybody to understand.
It ain't for
As long as I'm good with myself, and when I
Right.
walk out that door, my head held high, and I know that I'm doing the right thing. Look, it took me 12 years. It took me really 8 years to start getting national press. I've been supposed to get that, but guess what? I wasn't ready for it.
Talk about it's on God's timing, brother.
I wasn't ready for it because, listen, tomorrow I'm going on the main stage tomorrow to go talk in front of thousands of people.
Yeah.
But I wasn't ready for that moment years ago when I wanted it because I wasn't ready to tell the story because it wasn't developed to tell.
And that's even with us, right? So we our first time doing InvestFest, we had a booth in the back. Didn't even know what it was gonna be about.
Yeah.
Small little booth, a little flimsy money machine. To kinda get some
Super
people,
flimsy, bro.
And then from fast forward a couple of years, and we had one of the best booths. Then we were sponsoring, and then now we're speaking, right? So people don't realize they're gonna see us. They're gonna see you tomorrow.
Those steps, bro.
They're gonna see us tomorrow. They're gonna think, man, they just got on the stage. Like, no, bro.
No, it went steps.
Years.
Listen, Rashad and Trey are my homies, my dogs.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to expect them to give me an alley-oop to put me on the stage if you ain't get to that platform.
Right.
Yeah.
And right now, this year I'm getting my flowers. I'm speaking on the main stage. And I'm coming to bring it.
Oh yeah, you're right. This is good. This is a warm up. Tomorrow,
he ready.
I'm gonna be front and center, bro.
ready.
I'm gonna be front and center.
No, that's dope. So for the person who maybe they're cooking out of a ghost kitchen right now, maybe they got their first food truck, they listen to this podcast. What advice would you give them on the journey that they're about to embark on? Like, because you learned so much over the past 12 years. What advice would you give them to that person? It's like, you know what, I want to be like him.
I challenge them to take seminars. I challenge them to get around people that make them uncomfortable. I challenge them to get around people that grew up differently from them. You need different mindsets. If everybody say, yo, I'm from the hood, I'm from the mud, I've been through this. Okay, all y'all from the same place. Who ain't?
Yeah.
Who can tell me something different to get me out of this situation? Because we all going to go to that same trap. Once I give you the information, you give me the information, it's all the same information.
Yeah.
Right.
We need somebody who going to get us outside the box. Who has been there, where you come from, what ethnic group you are, what's your background. All those things helped me, and it took me years to understand that. Like, I was around Jewish families, Asian families, like, don't matter. And I seen different cultures. And I'm saying to myself, damn, I want that for my kids. I can do this for my kids. I could do this. I was around a Mexican guy, true story. Very well off. I went to LA about like 6 years ago. He used to build coffee makers for Bed Bath & Beyond and other things, right? And he started beeping the horn on the block. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? And he was like, I want to show you something. And people started coming outside and they started waving at him. He said, I own every house on the block. He said, I came here with $15,000. My dad, $15,000. He died and he gave me his life savings. That was it, right? Now here's the other side of that. I went to his house and I'm like, damn, it's a nice backyard. He said, walk through the other side. He bought both sides of the house. He didn't want no neighbors, right? And when you could look at immigrants, right? When you could look at those type of things, and you getting tricked out your spot saying like, yo, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. When they could sit there and sacrifice years. Let me tell you what I sacrificed. When I went broke, I walked around in Crocs every day and chef coats. I wasn't buying no jewelry, no cars, no nothing. I understood the mission. I said, I'm gonna get back. Y'all think I'm the donkey of the day. Y'all think I'm the laughing stock. I'm making history right in front of y'all faces because y'all don't even understand what I'm building.
That's crazy.
And that's what I did. And now they can look at me and understand, like, damn, we did have him chopped. Because for me, it ain't just a pride thing. I carry that last name heavy, and the Hayes we ain't gonna look back and say that we was almost there. We gonna get across that line. I know too many resources now to do it. I'm gonna get there.
That's real. That's real.
Yes.
And so how many locations right now do you have as far as franchising altogether
Right now, I asked my guy the other day, I said, what's this location? He said location number 16, including the stadium. So including my stadiums, including the brick and mortars right now, this will be the 16th ribbon I cut. Tomorrow, when I go on that stage, it'll be number 16.
Talk about the timing. That's what you call alignment.
Yeah.
That's how you know this was.
It's not an accident. It's by design.
This was supposed to happen, man. And I feel like God will give you those confirmations.
I look at it this way, man. 12 years ago, I was trying to find how to feed myself. You know what I mean? I ain't had no money. I'm trying to figure out where my next meal coming from. And now I'm motivating people from all around the world. I own 16. Not even just forget the number. I took a business from zero to a multi-million-dollar business, profiting millions, not just top line.
In restaurant industry.
Industry. That ain't easy. I sell over 1,700 sandwiches a day right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I came from nothing. And sometimes I sit in the car sometimes and I'll be driving home and a tear might just drop down my face because
that's okay.
I know what I came from. And you know what though? When you was a little boy, when you fell, they told you to get back up, stop crying, right? You got to be okay with rejoicing, that feeling of just feeling good about yourself. Understanding that you made it. I made it out of poverty. I made it out of a messed up situation. I could have been that kid that with the obituary, or I could have been that kid getting 30 years in jail. I was around it every single day. And now I'm able to talk to kids and say, listen, y'all ain't got to do this.
Facts.
Having a hot car. Listen, when I was growing up, all the dope boys, they had hot cars back in the day. My grandfather used to be like, it won't be long. Do it right, you will have it longer. And they used to say the working man is a sucker. Working man living good.
Talk about it.
The working man ain't the sucker. The working man ain't the fool. He was the smart man. The hustler backwards was the sucker. And that was spending the money the wrong way.
And getting caught up in something so you don't have it forever.
If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy.
Facts.
And that's
Did y'all see that thing on Instagram that they got where they go grab the cups?
Oh yeah, if the person
you go get the success the fastest, right?
Yeah.
Well, I seen a lot of people get it before me, and I used to sit there and be like, "Damn, God, what's going on? I'm doing the same thing." No, sit back, learn. It ain't your time yet,
right?
And when it's your time, you got to make sure that other people understand how to do it. You can't gatekeep. Because if you gatekeep, it's going to be taken from you.
Sorry, the talent.
The blessing ain't for you; it's for everybody.
He didn't give it to you to hold on to it. He gave it to you to be able to bless it.
But you always got to remember, you're going to have a Judas. You always got to remember that.
That's a fact.
You always got to remember that.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Man. So as we
so many gems.
Round this episode out, man, you talked about like we ain't going to almost make it. We going to make it as a family and as a business. So one of our name of our show is the Melanin Money Show, and we want to create first generation millionaires of color. So my question to you is, what does being a melanin millionaire, what does that mean to you?
That mean a lot, and I'm gonna tell you why I mean a lot. Because it ain't so many of us can say that they got to a certain point and can show other communities that they could do it too. And for me, it ain't just about the actual $1 million of it. It's the feeling like it.
Right.
Do you feel like a millionaire when you wake up? I don't care if you got $0 in your bank account. Do you feel like a millionaire? Do you feel like a billionaire? Is your spirit, is your financially spirit, is it feel good? Because guess what? Somebody can give you $1 million.
Right.
If you're a creep or a crumb, and you ain't gonna feel like a millionaire.
It's a fact.
You're not.
It's a fact.
You're gonna be taking advantage of people. And I think what you guys are doing is connecting the dots with other people being able to put on for culture. So I think, being a melanin millionaire is not just about your own deposits, it's about depositing for others. And if you out there doing something and you ain't uplifting and you ain't helping people grow through it, then you just doing it for yourself and you won't have it for long. Look how many people you seen in front of you that ain't here right now because they did it for them. I was giving away money when I didn't even have money. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here giving business money, kids money, because I'm like, you know what? I got residual income. It's going to come back. God ain't going to let me sit here, but that kid really need it. They really need it. And I could have 19 million in the bank. If something costs 18 million and I believe in it, I'm dropping the 18. I hold on to the million. I get the 18 back because I know what I'm built out of. But I can only speak on myself and my 10 toes and the soldiers that's with me. So that's what make me the millionaire.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen. That was one of those ones. Hey, y'all give a virtual round of applause. We might not hear it, but now let him know in the comments. Tag him on YouTube, tag him on Instagram when the clips drop, because bro, you You dropped some gems, man. We appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the Entrepreneurship too, because that's where it came from.
Hey. Until next time, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.